Hello, hello, hello. Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Adult Puzzle Podcast. I'm your co host, Lolade, Lola, whatever your heart desires. And I have my amazing co host with me, Lamide. Lamide, how you feeling?
Hi, I'm good. I'm doing very well.
Very well. How have you been? What's been going on? Catch me up.
Um, hmm, this week was weird. Um, it was pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
decent,
Mm-hmm.
but started off stressful. I was tensed because of there's a class I have on Mondays, and like I told you, I've shared this with you, obviously, but like we go into like space talk and everything, like NASA and
Oh,
P and all
yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
it's a new terrain for me, and as fascinating as that class is,
Mm-hmm.
I get lost sometimes in like terminologies and words I
Of
haven't heard
course.
before. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Space is not like your daily brick and mortar that you just
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, so and with that class, I have like deliverables every week, like high spec kind of this has to come through every week. So that has been fun and tense at the same time. The week went smooth.
For me, I was telling Amde before we started the podcast, but this week, January, February has felt like 6 months
Hmm.
for me.
Yeah, it's called Lolade Dora the Explorer. Lola the
Yo,
Explorer.
Lola the Explorer.
From
Oh
one
my
city to the
gosh.
other. And she's catching flights, not feelings, guys. That's
Uh,
that's what we do over here. Catching
I
flights, not
mean,
feelings.
okay, but how and the thing is, I'm not gonna lie, it's been amazingly fun. Like I've been having so much fun, but my body is tired. Like I have my last trip next weekend for a while. So like after next weekend, I'm not going anywhere for like another 6 weeks. And I'm looking forward to just sleeping. But you know what's
Daddy,
funny, Lamide? I
what?
was staying
What?
there for one weekend, and then after that weekend, I'm like, where am I going?
Why did you take this out of my mouth? I wish I said that before you. I was like, I was about to say, like, do you know your body will start scratching like
Yes.
4 days after the whole resting? She's like, but let me do, you know, a routine is necessary now. What do you think we should go for a trip?
It's like, let's get out of this routine. We've been doing it for too long. 1 week.
Oh my god!
Oh
And
gosh.
and I love that about you. It's just you're a natural explorer.
I
I mean,
am.
you're
Yeah.
fascinated by open spaces. You want to be outside. You want to see what the world
Yeah.
has to
I like
offer.
outside.
You love nature. You're the perfect definition of we outside.
That's me. Catch me outside. Well, she's meant in a different way, Sha. But yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
you know what I'm saying. So like, I love that. I love that. I love that.
Yeah. So for this week's episode, Lavanya and I were chatting, and because of how crazy life has been for the last few weeks, I was
Hmm.
telling Lavanya, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, my brain functionality is not really high. I just
Mm.
want to talk about chill shit, and I was thinking, I was like, you know what? Let me talk about something that I could relate to right now, and that has been fitness
Mm.
because with me going places and not having, you know, ground in my house for a long period of time,
Hmm.
my fitness routine and all of that has been going through roller coasters. So
Mm.
I was like,
Talk
Lavia, let's talk
about
about this because
it.
I look into the reality check to get
Oh my
myself back
god.
in time or back in tune for this year. You know, when you need that recalibration, that's what I'm
Yep, yep,
hoping this
yep.
conversation will be. So
Hopefully.
bear, bear with me. Also, another thing to preface is that I don't know why Lamde likes to say this, but Lamde likes to feel like I am the fitness guru in our relationship. To be fair,
I think you are. If you
really?
shine away from it, does not do you any justice at all. Because I think, and I admire that about you a whole lot. Because I think with fitness, again, it's just an extension of your personality in terms of like Loade's discipline when she wants to be, you know, when she wants to be is like 100. I
Yeah.
admire that so much about her. And I think the base for fitness is discipline, right? So
That's so true.
they're so
Hmm.
intertwined, and because naturally she when she wants to be, I mean, she indulges once in a while, but when she wants to be disciplined with something, she set a goal and everything is set in stone, she
Yeah.
goes for it, and which is the same energy she gives to her fitness too sometimes, or all the time rather. So that is how I see it, and that is why I respect
Mm.
and admire that about you a whole lot. Plus, I think, what's the chemical thing that you say you get a whole lot when?
It's endorphins, but I also feel
Okay.
like sometimes I get dopamine from
Uh-huh.
working out.
So
Yes.
I think you're kind of addicted sounds strong, but I
I
think
think I am.
I think you're addicted to those feelings and emotions.
Hormones,
Those
yeah.
exactly those hormones when you
Yeah.
feed off the energy from it. So
Yeah. I think they're
yeah.
called feel good. Sorry guys, this is me trying to tap back into my science brain. They're called feel good hormones and they are endorphins,
Mhm.
dopamine,
Mm.
oxytocin, and
Mm.
serotonin. I think. I might be
Mm.
wrong, but I think those are the
All
four
those
that,
names sound familiar.
yeah, and they give you slightly different things, but working out gives you them on a consistent base. And to be fair, you can get them from other things. Like you can get dopamine from drugs, but I don't do drugs, so
And I
work.
mean, between the two of us, you're definitely the guru. I mean,
Yeah.
me and maybe
Let's talk about
hopefully.
it. Let's talk about it because I really want to dive into your head with fitness. We've actually never had like a fitness talk before, so let's. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for
Okay,
this
let's
conversation.
get into it.
Let's start easy, just to get your placements on some certain fitness things, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And guys, when we talk about fitness today, it's really just like, we all know, like, as a whole, that fitness feeds into your physical health and your mental health. I think
Mm-hmm.
for today's episode, we might talk about mental a bit, but it's primarily physical fitness, right? Like working out, eating, all of that. And then maybe we might talk into mental, but I really want to specify that what we're talking about fitness today is it's primarily physical fitness. Um, but let's do a this or that game real quick. Are you ready?
Okay. Yep, I am.
If you had to pick, right? If you had to pick to never work out again for the rest of your life, or to never eat your favorite junk food again for the rest of your life, which one would you pick?
Ah, Lolade.
Please answer honestly, please.
I mean, just because I know the health impact
Mm-hmm.
of what if I had to eat my favorite junk food for the rest of my life would do
No,
to
no, no,
me.
no, no, no. So it's not saying you eat your junk food like every single day. So it's basically
Uh-huh.
saying you never work out again,
Hmm.
right? Whether or not you work out every day or not, you just
Okay.
never work out again, or
Hmm.
you never eat your favorite junk food. So your favorite junk food, you might not even eat it every day. You might eat it once a month, but you can never
Hmm.
do that ever again. You have to pick one.
Okay. I'll go for never eat my favorite junk food again.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
I
for me,
mean,
it's definitely working out because of what we just mentioned,
mhm,
the hormonal impacts for me. Because working out is literally therapy and it's like medicine for me.
mhm, mhm,
No joke. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Working out alone or with someone?
With someone. I,
Mm,
I think that's even what I need right now.
mm-hmm,
Cause I mean, I'm a very. There are some things like the way I'm wired. Like
mm-hmm.
you see how you're the one that kind of like pushed me to get out of my comfort zone with some things, and you know,
Yeah. I feel you.
yeah. So I'm very introverted like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm comfortable in my space and my friends and my family and my
Mm-hmm.
goals and my objectives, things that are naturally just an extension of me. Sorry
Yeah.
to say, but like maybe God bless me with a good body naturally, but I'm not, I'm not.
Okay.
I say that now with but it's not as if I have a six pack or anything, but I'm just not. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, but
Like,
that's a very fair point because I think it's also another thing we should talk about because that is also another thing that can help you
mhm,
in like fitness. Some people just come naturally with
exactly.
genes that make you fit. I think they
Mm,
call them like healthy skinny, no, skinny fat or something like that. But
mhm.
you just look fit just because like your body just doesn't pick up on
Do you get
certain
what I'm
things.
saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
that that that's the so for me definitely work out with a partner. If I had a
yeah.
partner like that comes to bang my door every
Hmm.
morning 6 a.m. Let's go get this. Like
You hate that person, oh,
I'll
but
hate
you
that
love that
person, but
person.
I'll love. Do you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that love hate relationship will keep me going for
Hmm.
as long as that relationship does exist. So
Yeah.
I don't have that here. I'm very much into my own. So I definitely need that in my life. If I can find someone like that tomorrow, I mean, or you can fly down here and be banging my door and
I'll
fly
bag you
back.
a joke. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Um,
Yeah,
for me, it's definitely alone, and I also think it's because like I have come into a good routine of knowing what I like and what I don't like in the gym or different types of workouts. So I don't necessarily need that extra push from somebody. I have worked out with people like before and it's really great. I think the reason why I like to do things my own is because with working out for me it's very sometimes sporadic and just it happens
but
very
don't you
quickly.
think that has changed for you because you are now a guru? Was that the same thing when you got into fitness at the beginning? I don't know if you get my question.
Yeah. Um
Would you say that you've always, even before you got into fitness, like let's say your first phase or initiation into fitness,
yeah. I
did you
did have
just
a
still like,
trainer for a little bit, but that wasn't even because I went looking for a trainer. It was through a class and he did help. It was for like a
um,
month or two. But I'm again, like you said, I'm not trying to toot my horn here, but I'm a self starter as an individual. Like I
okay,
don't depend on people or like
yep,
it just doesn't come naturally to me. So I've
hmm,
never actually been the one to be like, okay, I need this like not that I need it, but like it would be nice to
I
have a
get what
gym
you're
partner.
saying.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
never. I don't think even from the very beginning of getting to know, how to work out, do certain things, I've
Hmm.
never actually been a fitness buddy type of person like, oh, let's go work out
Okay.
together. I will say this, I have always gone searching for resources online. Like I can be resourceful like that online where it's like
Google is our friend, though.
exactly YouTube, looking for how to do certain things, all of that,
Hmm.
all of that. I also do occasionally like fitness classes, like that's big for me. But to have that consistent like workout buddy where it's like, okay, let's go to the gym and you guys keep yourself motivated. I know it's beautiful and I've seen people do it and it works a lot for a lot of people. But for me, I don't know. I've never actually needed that. It's like, okay, I wake up this morning at 6 a.m. Let's go, let's go, let's go. That type of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Morning, daytime, or nighttime workouts?
Oh, morning.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes.
Morning.
I was watching this, was it a TikTok or was it just like a random Instagram video about how depending on the time of the day you work out, somebody can
Hmm.
tell your personality. Of course it was jokes, but I was laughing when I saw that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, maybe if I find it again, I'll post it on the AP like Instagram stuff. But basically, I
Yeah.
think morning is the easiest for me. Obviously, there are times where I can't work out in the morning, but
It
if I
just
work out,
sets the tone. Sorry to cut you off,
right?
but it
No,
sets the tone for
exactly
your
that.
day.
It
I mean,
does.
there's a sense of accomplishment and confidence every single time. I mean, every single time I worked out in the morning and I get dressed for my day. Even the shower hits different.
Different.
Everything hits different.
The
The
work you do
only
after hits different. The food you eat.
productivity level, efficiency level just feels different. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it might even be the brain tricking you because sometimes immediately after you work out, especially let's say you've not worked out in a long time,
Mm-hmm.
besides the pain and everything, which is a normal thing when you don't work out for a long
Yeah.
time. But there's this sense of confidence. Even when you eat, you'll be like, ah, the thing is not even show on my stomach, that kind of thing. Like, of course, would food show on your stomach, not would food show on your body just immediately after I eat it. But you start coming up with all these theories like,
Yep.
oh, my clothes fit better after one day. You know, it's not
Yep. It's the
realistic, but
dopamine,
do you
man. That's
understand what
the
I'm saying?
feel good
Yeah,
hormone. Yep. Yep.
exactly. So like, I mean, that morning workout definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
someone that works out in the afternoon is definitely a sketchy person.
Okay, that's what the person said too on Instagram.
You see, you didn't even have to tell me, but someone that works out in the afternoon is a sketchy
So
person.
that's what they were
Why are
saying.
you not at work? Why are you not taking a nap? Why are you not talking to your friends? Why the afternoon? There's something you're
Literally,
looking for. I'm telling you,
literally, especially if like you started your day in the morning and then you now cut it to work out.
just to work out.
Yeah,
Nah, that
I
person is
will like
sketchy.
I've done it occasionally, like okay, maybe not occasionally. I've done it a handful of times, especially with work from home. But it's because I either slept in. But like there was a reason for me working out in like the afternoon. It wasn't just like, okay, I'm just gonna work and then work out, Yeah.
Mhm.
And then nighttime, I think your
Those ones are
willpower.
just looking for women and men.
No, no, no. I feel like
Nighttime,
nighttime
Lola
workouts,
day.
they are the hardest, in my opinion. After
Nighttime
a long
workouts
day.
people, they are looking for bomb bomb. They are looking for bomb bomb and manhood. That's what they're looking for.
Are you serious?
They are
Yeah, but
that's what they're looking for. Nighttime people. Imagine you go in the nighttime to work
mhm,
out.
mhm.
Immediately after that one, you're going to club or you're going for drinks. All the
Uh-uh.
things that you just burnt in the gym, you are returning to the body.
During the week, you're going to the club.
They are the Instagram people. They are the Instagram people. Nighttime
Uh,
workouts people are not serious. Morning workout people get those reps in. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
mhm.
you know,
Nah, but okay, I actually think nighttime workout is the hardest because, especially if you've had a long day, how are
mhm.
you getting yourself into that ginger to go to the gym? You have to have next level willpower. Maybe the willpower is to go and look for pom but I don't know.
That's what I'm telling you.
I don't know.
Now you're getting to the cocoa of the matter. You're getting to the real issues. What kind of person, after you've been in board meetings and you've done mental work, and even if it's physical work, let's say you work in a factory, you've been throwing
Hmm.
cartons all day, natural exercise, or you now come back to your crib and still say you want to go to the gym. There's one Michelle, there's one Christine that you want to go and see
Lamide,
with
you're
big bum
killing
bum.
me. You're killing
That's the
me.
that's the person you want to get. That's the motivation. Or there's one Dennis. Oh, that nigga fine. That's what you want to go see. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Uh,
saying like there's that extra ginger that will just lift you up for a bit. Oh, you know?
yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's it.
nighttime people, your willpower, I hail you. I want to be like you one day.
But I'm
Okay.
just joking. But all jokes
Yeah.
aside, I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah.
Preference wise, but I don't get it. Nighttime, shit.
It's hard. That's why I'm like, damn. I do it a couple
Exactly.
of times, and every time I do it, I'm always like, oh, do I
But
really have to?
even dip it, like the few times that you've done it, you
Mhm.
probably didn't have a whole lot to do that day. You can't tell me like after you put in like a few reps in at work, which willpower would carry you downstairs, lad, into the gym?
Yeah.
Which willpower?
It's really
Yes,
hard. It's very
yeah.
hard. Yeah. Okay, I have two more.
Okay.
You cut out sugar from your
Mm-hmm.
diet for the
Mm-hmm.
rest of your life, or you cut out fried foods from your diet for the rest of your life. Which one would you pick? And when I say
Hmm.
sugar, I don't mean anything that I mean like high sugar things like ice cream,
Yeah.
donuts, the
Yeah.
very,
Let's
very
cut that.
sugary things, not like
Let
fruits.
let's
Yeah.
cut that out. Let's cut that out. The sugar one can go.
Are you serious?
Nah,
It's the
sugar can
opposite
go.
for me.
What will happen to my chicken, Why are you doing
Oh
like this?
yeah,
What will happen to my
yeah.
plantain? What will happen? Why you? You're doing as if you don't know me. Hey, what will happen to fried chicken? What will happen to plantain? What will happen
uh
to all those wonderfully fried products?
I can
Again,
do without fried foods. I need my sugar.
scratch that. Is there no air fryer?
Exactly. And there's oven.
Well, the fried the should be when we're talking fried, we're talking of like oil fried. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what
To be fair, air
that
fried
one's what I mean.
chicken is not like if you're talking about fried chicken with the crunch, you can't get that with an air fryer. You can get air fried chicken that's crispy, but it's not the level of fried chicken. So I want you to think about that again.
Okay, that one too. But me, chicken, grilled chicken, air fried chicken, smoked chicken. You know me now. All enjoys. It's chicken, Abby,
It's
and it
chicken.
tastes good. I'm,
Hmm.
I'm in love with it already. So it's just the plantain that might be the problem because I
I can
do
eat
love me some
baked
plantain.
plantain. I don't mind that.
Lola dear.
Uh,
Daddy, let's move on. Let's move on. You just down my spirit.
it's like boiling now. Think about it.
You guys, a whole I like body, but a whole lot of times on this episode, you hear some things from Ladi and you hear my expression because not to give too much away, but
Difference.
Lolade is on some serious level shit when it comes to health. Tiko ba milaramu. Translation to English means he does not go well with my
It
spirit. Like
doesn't. Lamide was side eyeing me. I always hear it from the phone as much as I can see his face.
so, but yeah, I'm talking of fried plantain. Yeah, you just mentioned big plantain out of nowhere. I don't understand you.
No, no, no. The thing is, I love fried plantain, but honestly, I could do without it if it's baked or even air fried. I still need my sugar. Like I love a good pastry, like sugary pastry, cookies,
Mhm.
lactose free ice cream, my like cappuccinos. I like my sugar out. Obviously not every day, but I think I'll pick sugar over fried foods for sure.
Mm, mm, mm,
Yeah.
mm.
All right, last question.
I
Think
love this
about this.
question so far.
I know, right? We're getting to know each other's fitness styles. I mean, some of them I'm like, I kind of expected it for you, but some I'm like, okay, this is new. The last one, think about it. I'll go first because I want you to think about it because I know the question.
Okay.
If you could pick a celebrity to train with, like work out with, who would it be?
Hmm. Go first. But I like this question.
Yeah. So mine, yeah, I was
Mhm.
thinking about it. I think it's a clan. And when you hear me
Mm.
say it, you will know what
Okay.
I mean. It's the
Okay.
Kardashians.
Hmm.
The way those women be training, I'm like, get me in there with you. I want
Oh
to train
my
with you.
god. But can I say can
Hmm.
I say that is it training that got them that body?
Okay, to be fair, I don't know. I don't think so, if I'm being
Ah,
honest. I
more.
do think they're built, like they have nice physiques already. But I think they've gotten enhancements in ways not from the gym. I can't say that's a fact, but that's a thought. However, on the flip side, I do think that they do keep up with their bodies well in the gym. The thing that intrigues me the most is the type of workouts that they do.
Hmm.
It seems like they switch it up a lot. And they also
That's money now. They probably have the best fitness trainer.
yeah, the trainers. I remember when she was working out with this trainer, Kim. I forget her name, but I was just like, "Ugh, I
Oh,
just want
Fit
to.
Girl Mel.
Yes, yes. It's like I just want to be in the gym with you.
Yeah.
30 minutes. Just give me that,
Yeah.
please.
But Raji, so let's talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Minor segue. You see the body of that Fit Girl Mel and stuff. Like
Yeah.
women that are fit like that, is that your goal? Would you take fitness that far
It's
to the
crazy with
point where
like
you can have like
muscular.
biceps and whenever you like
Yeah.
clench your calves and your thighs, there'll be like
Yeah.
lines. Those things are a little bit too much for me. Or like
Oh, really? Nah, I
I've
think
seen
that's some boss ass
chicks.
shit. I'm like, look at those muscles. For me personally, I think it looks
Uh,
beautiful. And I also think it depends on because there's different levels to it. For you to get to where
mm,
fitness girl Mel's her name. But for
hers
you to,
is even cute. Hers is even
I think
nice. Like
she looks so nice. Yeah.
I think there are some people I just feel like those people, maybe the bodybuilding people, they take it a little
Oh
bit
yeah,
too
that's a
far for
different
me.
realm.
Like,
That's a different realm. That
and I
one
see
you're
the
building
lines and
your
I'm like,
body.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. You're building your body for like either competition or there's a bigger goal than just looking muscular, I think, with
Mm,
bodybuilders. Yeah, but I think that's different. But fitness girl Mel, like she's fit, yes, she is very muscular, but I think that's gorgeous. Obviously, I don't know if I would look like that because I don't do the things that she, it takes another level. It's one thing to go to the gym
mm,
and be disciplined to go often. It's another thing to be lifting heavy and like
mm.
pushing yourself through pain. That's next level. Me, I'm not there yet. I'm still a baby in the
I don't know, but
streets.
I've seen some fit women or like
Yeah.
fitness instructors and damn, like
I love to see it though, I'm not gonna
when they
lie.
say someone's body is toned, like
It's
no, 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 no,
toned.
no. Some women put in work into their bodies, and that's crazy. Like kudos to all those people
Yeah.
doing
And the
it.
crazy thing is, I don't know if you know this, but like muscle mass
Mm-hmm.
actually helps with your metabolism. So if you have
Let's talk
more
about it.
muscle,
Mm.
yeah, if you have more muscle on you, you're actually burning fat more often. And I don't know how the science works. I can't really dive into that now because I actually
Mm-hmm.
never really learned about it. Maybe I could do my
Mm-hmm.
research. But muscle weighs more than fat, but muscle keeps your metabolism more active than fat. And I'm guessing it's because with your muscles, it's doing more for
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
than fat. Like fat is just dormant sitting there, and
Mm-hmm.
fat also has like fat pockets that just fill up and fill up and fill up, but the muscles, like if you have muscles there, it's actually helping your metabolism. So with people like that, like the more muscular you become, the more easy it is for you to like keep off fat and like just continue to build muscle and muscle.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe my own answer for celebrity training and all that.
Hmm.
Mm, ah, ah, I'm just thinking of nice black men that have a good. Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I thought you
yeah,
were gonna
yeah.
say The Rock because that's like he's a
No, or
beast.
more. That guy is. Have you seen his food before?
Scary.
Have you seen
Yes,
his
what he
food?
eats. Yeah.
That's intense. But he'll probably burn all that in 1 hour
Yeah,
or
again, back
something.
to the muscle thing. Yeah, yeah, it's
Ah,
crazy.
but Michael B. Jordan, yeah. He's toned as well. So
Yeah.
you guys have probably heard me say toned a whole lot. I think that's another thing we definitely are going to touch on in
Hmm.
this episode is fitness and toning to me go hand in hand. I don't
Mm.
like big arms, small legs. There was a guy in my school,
Yes.
there was a guy in college who, great guy, intelligent guy, awesome guy. We pre- I don't know if I can call him my friend. We said hi a few times. I can't call
Hmm.
him my friend, but
Acquainted.
I mean acquaintance. Yeah, exactly. But dude has such a big body and tiny legs like toothpick. I'm like Kilele, like what is this? That
You
is
just give me Johnny
very
Bravo.
Johnny
Do you remember
Bravo
that
vibes.
cartoon?
Exactly. Johnny Bravo vibes. That's what that guy was giving. In fact, some people used to call him Johnny Bravo behind his back. I think
Are you
he's real.
serious?
But like very fit, like broad chest, wide, then tiny waist, tiny legs. I'm like, bro, even the shit out. If you have to lose some mass at the top, just if your legs can't grow bigger
He's
than
just
that,
skipping leg days, and a lot of guys do that actually.
come on, don't skip it if you know you
Don't
want
skip
to.
leg days.
Don't
But
skip.
again, I think everybody, I don't know, the Libra in me is trying to see two sides. But I know people have different fitness goals because there are definitely some people that when you see their physique, not that you have anything against it, but it's just not your preference. And you see that like that physique is what they're trying to build at the gym. So I've definitely seen men that just try to bulk up their arms. Like
Hmm.
their arms can break watermelon into two,
Ah,
but then their
that's
body is not,
you, you,
matching.
you, have, you have met that my guy. You have met him.
I saw
That
him
guy.
yesterday.
You saw him. You said that guy should grip your hand. That day. Oh
Yeah,
Lord.
you know what's funny? There's a guy I used to work out. Well, I never used to work out with him, but remember when I said I had a fitness class
Mhm.
in college? He was in my class, and I remember one time he hugged me, and no joke, girls, if somebody hugs you tight, like you feel tension in your breast, like, and that doesn't happen normally. When this guy hugged me, I was like, "What are you carrying in
Oh
your
my
chest?"
God.
Because he really hugged me and squeezed me. I was like, Jesus. I not one
Boobs,
of your dumbbells, please.
boobs versus boobs.
It's never boobs. Rock. Yeah, but it's definitely a thing. Like
Oh
everyone having
Lord,
a
have
different
mercy.
physique preference. But okay,
Yeah.
let's dive into it. I feel like this has been nice. We've already even spoken about so many different things, but
Hmm.
are you into fitness? One. And what
Hmm.
would you consider like a fitness or a fit lifestyle?
Um, I appreciate fitness. I'm
Hmm.
not a regular, if I'm being
Hmm.
honest, because that's
We
what the
love the
space is
honesty.
about. I'm
Yes.
not a regular. I
Yeah.
definitely appreciate it. I
Hmm.
definitely understand the benefits.
Hmm.
And what's the second half of the question?
What would you consider a fit lifestyle if you were into it?
Um, Maybe a good two times at least every week
Okay. Two
working
times of
out.
working out. Okay.
Yeah, two times of working out, and maybe also a good level of cardio.
Mm.
Just because, yeah, a good level of cardio to make sure that all my insides are looking sexy and good. You know, get out all the toxins from the week,
Hmm.
sugar, excess
Hmm.
fat, get all that, get my heart pumping to a good degree. You understand
Hmm.
what I'm saying? I mean, cardio is just a beautiful thing. But like, yeah, maybe working out at least twice a week plus a good level of cardio would be, I would say, oh, and that's just like the fitness part of it. I
Hmm.
think there's also like the eating aspects of
Food. Yeah, definitely.
fitness too. So also eating right, as well,
Hmm.
definitely measuring the amount of food
Portion
intake,
control. Yeah.
portion exactly. Also number of times, you
Mm.
eat, per day. Although some people who claim you can eat as many times if your portions are
Yeah.
controlled,
Yeah.
I don't know about that, to be honest with
Really?
you. I mean, I get it. I get the analogy. It's logical.
Hmm.
But to be honest, just eating many times per day sometimes sounds to me like you can eat late. And eating late in whatsoever form, I don't agree with because I eat late
Hmm.
and I know that's why I'm where I am today. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like I'm living proof.
He
Again,
said,
I
listen
do
to
a whole
me.
lot of
Learn from me, you guys.
learn
That's
from
what
me.
Lamide say.
So learn from me.
Hmm.
I'm always truthful with myself. I know if I
Hmm.
stopped eating late,
Hmm.
if I probably today like this, like I don't eat anything after 7 for the
Hmm.
rest of my life. All the belly fat that I probably want to go to the gym to take out will probably just go naturally.
Mm.
I
Mm.
just have a flat stomach and no abs, but like I wouldn't have the little belly fat I have now. Just how I'm
Hmm.
saying. That's what a good fitness lifestyle and all that would look for me. How about you?
Yeah. Okay, can I dive into something? Because you said some really beautiful things there, and my fitness brain is like sparking up. So before I answer, I will. Let's just table that for
Okay,
a second.
no
I wanted
problem.
to dive into something that you said because I do think, first of all, I absolutely agree with you. Fitness is not just working out, right? I did mention earlier today that we're talking about physical fitness. So we're really just focusing on working out a lot, but there's also food, and the food element is so, so important. Just how you
So
balance out.
important. Yep.
Yeah. And I remember like we'll talk about this as we talk through, especially my fitness journey, is fitness in Nigeria was a very unique way when I look back now. And again, I was in Nigeria years, years ago before the evolution of like Fit Fam and all of that, all of that, all of that. But I remember even in Nigeria, like whenever somebody would say stuff like, oh, I'm trying to lose weight or I'm trying to do this, there was that thing where it was like, okay, as long as I cut down on this and this and this, I would lose weight. But even the knowledge of why are you cutting down, how often are you eating, how much are you eating, portion control, it wasn't really like understood well, in
Hmm.
my opinion. And
Okay.
to your point of you don't think eating like multiple times a day works for you. I also think that piece feeds back into our culture because so you guys know Kez, right? Well, I'm hoping you guys know Kez because
They
she's been on
should
the
by now,
you should
right?
by now. Kez is my wonderful roommate. She's
And she's our
Indonesian.
third unofficial co-host.
She's our third
Kezzy.
official AP AP member behind the scenes. So she's Asian, and like in Asian culture, we know this where they really eat small, so much smaller portions compared to us Africans, us Nigerians, right? And they eat well from Kez. I'm not trying to generalize this because Kez is only one Indonesian compared to like the vast majority of Indonesians or
Billions.
Asians out there, right? But
Yeah.
from her and even like seeing her friends and like family and all of that, they eat very small and a lot more throughout the day. So I would say maybe like 4 or 5 times a day, like breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, that type of thing.
Mm.
Versus me, from my culture, I'm so used to eating like bigger meals, maybe once or twice a day. And I think for us, it works because that's how our like my body is not constantly craving food
Mm-hmm.
every hour. And the
Mm-hmm.
other thing is my body can take in a lot more food in one sitting than Kez. However,
Mm-hmm.
Kez, she actually cannot eat a lot. Like, and it's not even saying like I'm eating a heap of food. It's like my portion is reasonably sized for me, but compared to like her
Do you
serving,
think it's because of how we trained our stomachs like from early and
exactly,
stuff? Okay.
exactly. So I think it also ties into culture. And that was why I was trying to do a full circle here. Is I think depending on the type of culture that you grew up in, that
Right.
food piece might be slightly different. I know some
Oh.
cultures, the food piece might be focused on like how much grains are you eating or how much
Mm-hmm.
calories are you eating. I know for us Nigerians, we our typical go-to when we're again, this is way, way back. I haven't lived in Nigeria in a while, but I remember back in the day when I would hear people say I'm trying to lose weight, it was always like cut back, right? Just reduce the amount of food you're eating.
Mm-hmm.
Less of
Mm-hmm.
like, are you eating more vegetables? Are you drinking more water?
Mm-hmm.
Are you eating more fruits and veg? I don't know that now it's slightly different, but back then it was really just like, okay, don't eat as much, and then like you'll be fine. Even working out wasn't really big that back
Mm-hmm.
then, and
It wasn't. Oh, now
it
there's an
wasn't.
entire gym wave.
Exactly. So I do think it varies depending on culture, and that education, in my opinion, is going to evolve over time because now we're in the wave of fit fam. Everybody's working out. Everybody's working out. Maybe I
What do
don't
you
know.
think the next stage would be exactly?
Should I
What
be
do you think
honest?
will happen?
I think we might go into stationary exercises. And what that means is you stand on a machine and the machine vibrates so and so waves
Lolade,
of something in you and you
we are
automatically lose like
so
600 calories. That's
Lolade,
what I think to save time.
Lolade,
Yeah.
we are so in sync. It is insane. I don't even know how God did it, but yo, our brains function the same. Do you know what I was about to say?
What?
I was about to say the next generation or the next wave or next phase of fitness is so scary. Exactly that. You just walk into a room or a tube or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
and you spread your arms out wide, and you probably come out with like you've lost like 100 and something calories already
Yeah.
just by entering into that
For
tube or
5 minutes.
whatever
Yeah.
for
Because
5 minutes.
so to answer your question, am I into fitness? What do I consider a fitness lifestyle? Yes, of
Mhm.
course. I feel like we both know the answer to this question.
Definitely.
Fitness is like huge to me. Yeah.
Fitness
Um,
is Lola. Lola is fitness.
fitness is me. I am. I don't know if that's the because I do have my waves. If I'm being honest, like sometimes I'm on it, sometimes I'm off it. I haven't really been on it lately, but that's okay. What do I consider a fit lifestyle? Honestly, I think it's a mix of different things. Like you said, the food element. I personally am very big on the 80-20 rule, which means because
Okay.
again, I think life in everything in life
Yeah.
you you can't always do something and not expect to like reach a burnout, right? You can't always eat a salad, a smoothie, like always healthy and not expect your body. I mean, I guess some people can, but in my opinion, give yourself, those unhealthy things like occasionally. So 80%, being as healthy as you possibly can. 20% is splurge. If that is once a week, you go get the ice cream that you always want, do it. If that is every other day, you incorporate desserts, do it. If that is every night, you incorporate desserts, but you have a salad with it, do it. Like whatever that looks like for anyone, do it. That's what I try to do with my food. I think also for me, if I'm being honest, I was slightly blessed, and that's why I actually the fitness world is big for me. It's a blessing and a curse. Is I have, I feel like this is TMI, but I have a very sensitive stomach. I have IBS, and so um there's certain things I can't eat, and some of those things are like fried foods because the oil irritates
Mm-hmm.
my stomach
Mm-hmm.
lining. If it's like fried food that has sat in for too long, like
Mm-hmm.
second day chicken or even too much fried chicken, that type of thing. Dairy messes with me, so even ice cream, like full whole milk ice cream, I can't eat it. So because of that, I typically look for alternatives, and those alternatives are like healthier because they
Mm-hmm.
don't upset my stomach. And that's kind of how I, again, the blessing, I fall into that realm of, I tend to eat healthier things
Mm-hmm.
just because it's less irritating to my stomach. The other element of fitness for me, I think we've mentioned this, is like your physical on the inside. So your cardiovascular health, like you said, keeping up with your heart, your cardiovascular endurance. So like,
Mm-hmm.
how much can your heart take just to even do the basic
Mm.
things? Like, I actually like to describe it as being functionally fit. And I think everyone, if I'm being honest, somebody might call me out for this, I think everyone should be functionally fit, in my opinion.
Lade,
In my
and
opinion.
you're super correct. And I'll just chip in a little bit before you continue.
Mm-hmm.
It's a must. Let's remove sentiment aside, and people should understand what you're saying. That is what I'm trying to achieve. Like I said earlier, if you guys have been listening well, I don't look fat. You wouldn't see me outside and call me fat. However, I know whenever I take these long breaks away from not working out or from not doing cardio, my insides do not feel right. And
Mm-hmm.
whenever I feel this sporadic, sensation of, oh, dude, you start feeling. There was one that happened recently, like the way I told you, shit, I felt too sluggish for my liking. I
Oh
just felt
yeah.
slow. And I told you I had to go outside for long walks and runs and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like, you don't want to feel that way.
Yeah.
It's important everyone is functionally fit. Carry on. I
Yeah.
love
I absolutely
how you said
agree.
that. Yeah.
And there's something very key about what Andrea said is too, is if you listen to your body, and I think this is something that I learned so much throughout my fitness journey, is your body gives you indications. Sometimes it's very, very subtle. Usually in the beginning it's very subtle, where you're finding out that, oh my gosh, when I walk up the stairs, like I literally feel like I'm about to die, or you just can't do certain things that you're supposed to do. Listen to your body. And then there are the more extreme cases where like you have a knot in your chest. God forbid that ever happens. But your body
Oh.
your body
Mm-hmm.
does give you signs, and I'm actually going to describe what functional fitness means so that people can understand. In my opinion, it's basically being able to do physical activities for your everyday life, right? Waking up, walking up the stairs if you need to, going to the grocery store, carrying your grocery bags, being able to get out of bed without like your, I don't know, your muscles tensing up, just being able to walk, if it's from here to your office, the basic everyday life things that your body is supposed to do, your body should be able to do it. And if you're able to
Yep.
do it, you're functionally fit. This is minus like going to the gym 5 times a week. No, 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 no. This is just keeping up with your daily movement and all of that. And I think everyone on the baseline should have this. I don't think that's where we should stop. In my opinion, I think we can definitely do more. And the other things I was saying, cardiovascular strength, endurance, muscular strength as well. This is one that it's crazy because my ex will laugh at me because he was very big on like, hey, weight training, and I didn't really get into the weight training boats until recently, but now I'm loving it, and that really helps with your muscular strength. Flexibility, I know this is one that might be touchy because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people who are muscularly like strong and fit, they ain't flexible for shit. They can't put their hand behind their behind
Lola,
their
they don't
back.
kill
They can't sit
me.
down in a certain way. I'm like, bro, why aren't you stretching? Like,
Have you seen all those muscular people walking before? Is I think there's something wrong that their armpits. The
yeah.
arms don't just, it can't rest on their thighs. It's kind of like it can't rest on their body, on their hips, whatever. I'm like,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
look in the mirror, man. You just look weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally. I think that's all part of it, like flexibility, all of that, all of that. So that's what I would define as a fit lifestyle. And to what you were saying, I think for me, even with working out, the 80-20 rule, I don't necessarily think you should be killing yourself in the gym every single day. Also, listen to your body. Like, everybody has waves. Like, sometimes you might just need to do 20 minutes because that's what your body can tolerate. And then you realize you're going up and up and up to like a few more minutes and you're doing more and more in the gym. But in my opinion, I do think we should try and work out at least 3 times a week, at the least. And that could be a variety of things, taking a walk, jump roping, running, weightlifting, whatever, whatever, whatever. But trying to move your body, because our heart is actually one of the strongest muscles in our body, but it's also the hardest. No, 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 it's not the hardest. It's the one that it's easy to keep dormant, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Because it's like if you're not really walking a lot to get your heart rate like beating or to get your heart in motion, your heart can just be sitting there for years and years and years. And that's why I think you should go beyond functionally fit, because if you're just functionally fit, depending on what your day to day looks like, if you're a very sedimentary person, like you just sit at a desk, you don't really do much, your heart is just sitting there, just, I don't know, being dormant. And if you sit there for years, your heart is just going to depreciate over time because you're not strengthening it. Your cardiovascular health is not, you know, and over time, as we know this, like our body depreciates. We're not as strong when we're 45, 50 as when we're not like now.
And
So
God
you,
forbid we don't want to learn these lessons the hard way.
exactly,
So
exactly. And so, yeah. So all of that is what I classify, a good fitness lifestyle. I do think that balance is so important. I'm not
very
very
well
big on,
said.
yeah, on like, every day you must work out. Nah, like balance it up, listen to your body, all of that.
Very
Yeah.
well said. And I think I'm also just, I mean, I can't top how you've like explained that.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I think it's just important. Like watch. Like we live in such a sensitive culture again. So even with this
Mm-hmm.
conversation, we can offend some people. But there
Mm-hmm.
are just some things I can't shy away from saying. Like look in the mirror, watch yourself. Like there are just some things when it's already getting past, you know. And again, it's not even about any other person. It's not about what the world thinks.
Mm-hmm.
It's about you, like me, my body. I
Yeah.
watch some shows. Like there's this popular one I watch with my auntie and my uncle,
Mm-hmm.
my 600 pound life, and that show explores the world of like really fat people.
Yeah.
And they start crying sometimes when they have this like when they hit rock bottom and they're having the conversation with the doctor. And I get really emotional, and sometimes I tear up a little bit because they realize then in the doctor's office that this isn't what they want. They want help, all that. But my question is, where were your eyes when you were probably even 100 pounds lighter than this, and you still ordered that burger, and you still ordered that box of pizza,
Yeah.
and some people now start giving me excuses of they couldn't control it, it's hereditary. That is unfair. That is unfair to lie to yourself like that. You have eyes, you can see. You don't look as good as you used to look when you were younger. People are not coming up to you the way they used to come up to you when you were, stuff like that. I just feel there's a role of honesty in all of this too.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I chime in? Because I definitely
Please
agree
do.
with you to
Please do.
like multiple levels. I do think, you know, you can see how your body is evolving, and you need to pay attention to, I think I said this before, the signals that your body is giving you as to, okay, I'm going off track, like I'm not even functionally fit again, I cannot get up, I cannot do this. And
I,
you need to listen to that and switch up your lifestyle. The other thing I will say is that I do think, and coming from like scientific. I feel like I say this so many times. Everybody's like, "This is girl a doctor." No, I'm not. So guys, I'm just a biochemist. That's the only degree I have. Okay, but I've learned so much, especially still working in the biotech industry. Is there are some people, and I hate to say this, that do have a disadvantage, and genetics can play a role. There are some people that are more heavy, right? And I think that's where you have to know your body. Like if you know eating pizza every night is going to mean you're going to be putting on 5 pounds a week. Why are you eating pizza every night? You know,
Lolade, God bless you.
you're not
God bless you. I'm not
somebody.
saying more than that. I'm not even. My entire point is just strictly on health, not
Yeah,
even about body type or
yeah,
like I personally I like curvy women. I love thick women.
yeah,
So that like I love them. You understand what I'm
yeah,
saying? A woman who
yeah.
has got a nice body. So I'm not even coming from the whole you must be skinny like a model kind of people.
Mm-hmm,
I'm just saying you know, uh, be health wise,
mm-hmm.
be honest with yourself. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I do also want to say something too, because to the uh physical
Hmm.
element.
Hmm.
I think one thing that people get it twisted, and I'm not talking about the extreme because that's what I'm talking about, the 5 pounds a week. It's like the 400, 500 pound people that they actually eat so much that they're
Hmm.
gaining so much weight in
Hmm.
such short period of time over a long
Hmm.
period of time. It's like they're gaining 5 pounds every single week for 3 years straight. That's
Hmm.
unhealthy. Like it's actually unhealthy. Think about it. Five times there's 365 days. Sorry, how many weeks are there in a year? Anywho, you guys can do the math.
52. 52.
But that's unhealthy. But going back to like, so not that extreme case. I'm
Hmm.
talking about just, a regular person, regular
Hmm.
size.
Hmm. Hmm.
Everybody has like evolution with their body. I think it's
Hmm.
normal, it's natural where when you're smaller, you might be a fat kid and then you grow up and you're a skinny kid, or you might be a skinny kid and then you grow up and you're more curvy, or you just
Hmm.
might have phases where, your body yo-yos around. That's normal. I think one thing that Lamide and I are also trying to say is that within whatever phase you are, health is the key. And health indications are things like, how are you feeling on the inside? Lamide, I said this so many times. It's like, how is your heart feeling? How is your body feeling? Like, can you get up? Are you out of breath just doing
Yep.
basic things? And I
Hmm.
think that's what we're trying to distinguish away from, like, how curvy is she or how big is she? Except the extreme case, because I think if you're 500 pounds, in my opinion, like, I, I don't know any 500-pound person that is healthy, especially if you're like 500 pound and you're like 5'5".
Sure you get. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
so except for those extreme cases, but like, if you're within, and I also don't really believe in that BMI shit, if I'm being honest, because I think it's
body mass
crazy.
index. Hmm.
Yes, because okay, I forget the picture, but there's this picture I've seen of women who are they all weigh 150 pounds, I believe. They're different heights, so it looks different on them. But even the women that are the same height, it looks different on them. And I can actually like be an example of this. Me and one of my friends, we weigh very similar. But for some weird reason, she looks bigger than me because I have more limbs, like legs,
Hmm.
than she does. And she is slightly shorter than me. So the way our bodies look, as much as we're both the same size and like we're both healthy, she just looks bigger. So who am I, or who is the BMI to say, oh, because she's 2 inches or 1 inches
Shorter.
shorter than me, she is unhealthy.
Mm. Mm.
It's just how our stature. Also, another thing is like, I also have other people. I have another friend who, she's taller than me, but she looks skinny, but
Mm.
she actually weighs more than me, but I look bigger than her, and it's because she's
Mm.
muscle, like
I was just about to
literally
say that I think a huge part of that
muscle
would be
weight.
bone density. Yeah, muscle
Exactly.
and
So
bones. Yeah.
that's why the BMI stuff, I know there's some extremes, and I'm trying to separate those extremes because I do think if you're 500 pounds, 400 pounds, and you're 5'5", like, I'm sorry, but I personally think that's unhealthy. But if you're within the ranges of, I don't even know. I don't know if there's a specific way I could put there, but if you're within the ranges of like you're functionally healthy, your body is healthy, then who is the BMI? Again, there's no scientific evidence I could say I don't believe in it, but I do think that depending on your body composition, your weight is just a number.
How did you get into fitness? How did you discover it?
Ooh,
How did
okay.
you get into fitness?
I'll take you through my evolution. So I think um when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
fitness for me was actually, I didn't really know much about my own personal fitness, right? I was a chubby kid. There was all I cared about was like sweets, right? There was nothing about like, okay, work out a lot, da da da. Da.
Mm-hmm.
However, my mom, in my opinion, my definition of fitness, or like what I thought fitness was what my mom was doing. Because my mom had a very structured, like, she ate really healthy. Occasionally she would like, eat, I don't know, puff puff or whatever. Like she had that balance of, she would eat healthy, occasionally she'll eat unhealthy things and stuff. Not
Mm-hmm.
unhealthy, but like have her splurge whenever she wants. And she
Mm-hmm.
always tried to be active. And back in the day, it was never really like she used to go to the gym. It was just always after work, she would come
Mm-hmm.
back home and go for walks. And that was something that I saw her do, and I saw how important it was for her. And the other thing I picked up was that, again, there's nothing about physical here, but
Mm-hmm.
my mom's body was always more muscular than like the average moms that I saw. And
Mm-hmm.
in my head, it didn't click until, I want to say, when I was in my teenage years. I was like, oh shoot, her physique is, I mean, maybe she was genetically blessed, I don't know, but like a huge factor is the workouts she's doing on a regular
Mm-hmm.
basis, and also like
Mm-hmm.
the control that she has and the
She
boundaries that
was
she has
intentional
with
about.
her. Exactly. So
Yeah.
that was really the first indications of fitness to me. It was my
Mm-hmm.
household through my mom. My dad also, but my dad, I would say my mom was like the leader in the fitness. Like my dad would go with
I
my
just
mom
want
on
to say
walks.
again, also in a Nigerian home,
Yeah.
a woman leads like there's just some things that she leads because again traditionally she'll be in charge of the
The
kitchen, so it's
kitchen,
whatever she
yeah.
puts on the table that your
Exactly.
pops is going to eat. Now do you understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So she's
Exactly.
kind of like leading from that aspect, and I think that's a beautiful thing as well.
Yeah,
If a wife and
exactly.
a mom is like, yo, my family's going to be healthy, she
Yeah.
controls the image, she controls the bank, the food bank. So
Yeah,
it
exactly.
is what it is.
And
Yeah.
I think when I was younger, like I said, I was a chubby kid. So my mom would always, when I got to a certain age, she would always make it clear that there were certain things that I was eating that wasn't good for me. That was also another level of indication that food affects your health, and
Mm.
it feeds into fitness. But at that time, it wasn't making sense. I was 10. All I cared about was my gala and my
Like I
fan
said.
yogo. I just, yeah. I think when things really switched for me was, honestly, high school was when I lost like the baby fat, da, 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 da. But I think that was just because I was growing up,
Mhm.
college, sorry, just idea of being in a boarding house. You don't always love all the food. They don't give you everything that you want, that type of thing.
Mm.
But college was really when I found myself like fitness wise and like health. And I think what triggered that, obviously knowing my mom and seeing her, I was like, okay, I understand this concept of if you work out a lot, or not a lot, but if you work out consistently and you eat well, like you look a certain way and you
Mhm.
feel a certain way. So I get that. But when I was in college, we had a kinesiology class, which was like an elective, entering into my major. And
Mhm.
one of the things that that class entailed was we did 2 months of like a specific uh, workout over a period of time. So the idea was to improve different variables in your physical health over time. Like when we first started, it measured our body fats, it measured like our heart
Oh my
rates,
God, I
things
love a
like
class
that.
like that.
No, it was great, and it was an
And you
elective.
actually get credit for that?
Yeah, we actually got credit for it, and we didn't get credit based on like how well we improved. No, because that wouldn't have been fair. We got credit based on attendance, like coming in for the class, because the class was basically a workout session. So we had an instructor, and that was personal training I was talking about. I mean, he was an instructor, but we had an instructor that would bring us in, do stretches, we'll do cardio, and then we'll have like this monitor on our hands, and then after cardio we go into like slight weights and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
that was when I fell in love with working out, and that was when I fell in love with cardio. So I actually started fitness working out with cardio. Like that was my holy grail. And I think it's because I was a dancer before. So endurance had always come easy to me.
Nice way to just throw in that little gem and move on like nothing. Okay.
It got a little rhythm or so.
Little razzle dazzle. Okay, go ahead.
So that came very, because I remember my trends, not to toot my own horn, with the endurance spiked up. When we first started, I could do a treadmill run like 5 minutes straight, and then at the end I could do an hour of just like straight running, high speed, all of that. And I'm not necessarily saying everyone start like that, because I actually, now in hindsight, I think that level of cardio wasn't great for me, because like running intense speed for an hour straight really weakened my knees. And now looking back, I know that, but that was how I started. And that's how, also another thing about that is that after those 2 months, Lamide, my
Mhm.
body, I felt
You
amazing.
will.
Those
Yeah.
hormones that I was talking about, that was when it started.
Getting
Those,
it back to back again. Yep.
yo, and the class was like Monday, Friday, and they had an option for you to come in on Wednesday. I remember the first few weeks, I was like, I'm not gonna go in on Wednesday. But like by the third week, I was there Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I was actually doing 3 times a week workouts. I was feeling amazing. Like my body was actually starting to tone up, especially my legs. And I mentioned this, like I'm a lot of legs. Like my body is a lot of legs. And so I started to see like little,
Flags for day. Show 'em off.
what's that thing on your core? Like I don't know. I just started to see more definition on my legs I had never
Yep.
seen
Yep.
before.
Yep.
So
Hmm.
that's how I really got into fitness. It was through that class that exposed me to like working out, and I started loving working out, and that's how it became a thing for me. And I started to discover more.
I'll
Food
Google if that
came.
class is on this campus. I need it.
You should, because it's really, I loved it. It's called kinesiology. Well, it was kinesiology a certain number, and the focus was just like building your physical um fitness trends
Yeah,
over like a certain period of
if I
time.
can take it as an elective next semester, that won't
It
be bad
literally
at
is
all.
like a gym membership, and the good thing about the class was that we had a specific portion of the gym. Like it was literally a class focus in the gym. I think the instructor usually trains athletes, so that portion of the gym was specific for athletes. So those time blocks were blocked
Hmm.
for the class, and so nobody else besides people in our class worked out at the gym at that time. um
Mm.
it's really great. Food for me started, I want to say, like second, third year of college. And the food for me honestly came once I realized that I had a stomach issue, with like certain foods triggering me. And so that's how I started paying more and more attention to like what I was eating, and just started cutting things off based on like what works for me and what doesn't. And now I want to say, because eating certain things make me feel good, I typically stick to like having greens every day. I'm very big on, like you said, not eating before, I think it's 8 or 9, basically 2 hours before bed, because my body cannot digest things like well. So I need that
Hmm.
time to fully like digest the food. That was another thing that picked up, that just overall added to my health. I also started getting, and I don't know where. Okay, this actually came from my science classes, but ingredients became the next level for me. So it's one thing to be like, okay, I'm eating oatmeal today, and that's good for me. But I took it to the
Hmm.
next level of like, okay, what type of oatmeal am I eating? Is it high sugar? Because there's different, especially now in this America, there's different variations. You can be eating apple that is covered in caramel, and you'll be telling yourself, "Yeah, I'm eating apple,
Hmm.
sweetie. That shit is sugar." So it's like
Hmm.
I went to the next level of really trying to understand like what I was
But
putting into my
correct me if I'm
body.
wrong. Need to take that test that allows you to know all the foods that you're allergic to. I think you did,
Okay,
right?
that wasn't from school. That was just because of my health like issues. Like I started
Okay.
realizing that, and when I explain it to people, it wasn't it was obvious because I would eat tonight, and then the next morning my stomach would be paining me, like hurting.
Mm,
And it made no sense. It wasn't crammed. So over time, like I had to go to a doctor, and that's when they started doing more
mhm,
research and tests. So that's how I got there. But I don't think it's very apparent for everyone if like you don't have that level of discomfort.
mhm,
Yeah.
mhm, mhm.
But that's how I got into fitness. I think for me, I've mentioned this, like it's overall very important for me because it really helps me, like my lifestyle. It makes me feel good. It makes me love my body. Like when I'm on my fitness, A game, like I just love myself. It clears my mind. It's like mental clarity. Um, Confidence too. I don't know how it does this, but like even before you start seeing changes in your body, it just does something to your confidence. Improves like productivity, like all of that. And for me, it's been a journey because like I fell in love with it when I was what, 15, 16, my first year of college, through that class. And ever since then it's like evolved. Like I used to do running at first, those first 3 months, and then I pushed it from like running to doing little weights. From that I went into like more targeted like dancing, which also helped. And then I went into like classes, like Zumba classes, Pilates, hot yoga. Like I do a variation of different types of workout. Last year we spoke about this, kickboxing was my holy grail. And then this year I want to say I'm more so like weightlifting. Like that's really my target right now. But that's my journey. My mom really helps, school really helps, but overall like it's something that it's taken a while. And I think that's one thing that in hindsight I realized now, that I didn't just, how everybody, okay, not everybody, but like one of the biggest New Year's resolutions is like, oh, I want to be fit this year. And people
Mhm.
just think there's that switch that just like, okay, you never work out too, you're working out every day. It doesn't happen like that. Like it takes a while for you to get your body into it. It takes a while to build that routine. It takes a while to build that consistency, but definitely consistency is key. Discipline is very key. I think patience too, because sometimes your body is not going to give you what you always want it to give you. And then listen to your body, like listen to your body. There's some things that your body cannot do, that you just have to listen to it and then adjust based on. Like I know I have a friend, like yoga is her shit, and like it helps her, and that's amazing, right? I personally cannot just do yoga. I need to mix yoga with like cardio because I need that, like I need to feel like I'm dying. But that's just me.
Mhm.
But I'll ask you a slightly different question, because I do know that your fitness levels, like your journey is very different from my journey. But I
Yep.
want to see how you've seen fitness over the years and how it may have potentially applied to you, and
Mhm.
like what your goals are.
So over time, I think again because of my own nature personally, I'm very honest with myself.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the bedrock of everything. You know. So I know or I knew from early what
Mm-hmm.
fit what being fit would do for me,
Mm-hmm.
what it does for my confidence and all that. So, I mean, fitness as early as even primary school, right? I took whenever I'm in a system that required that, I took those classes seriously. I was pretty active. I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
shy away from like um, reps or stuff like that. If
Mm-hmm.
it's cardio, I'm up for it. If it's weightlifting, sign me up, stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
whenever I'm in areas that require me to do that, I do confidently. And even in high school, actually, I would say must have been my peak.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Okay,
Lade.
let's hear about this peak. I didn't know about
High
this.
school, high school was definitely my peak. So I used to run marathons ish.
Oh,
There's
okay, you
something
did
in
tell
Faith
me.
Academy. I don't know how many people. So I went to Faith Academy,
Mm-hmm.
and Faith Academy had aside PE, which was awesome by the way. So natural PE classes
Mm-hmm.
and all that was awesome already.
Mm-hmm.
I played a whole lot of different sports. We had different stadiums and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had this thing called the Canaan Land Race
Oh my
that
gosh, yeah.
happened. every month. And I don't know how Nigerians definitely know this, but Kenaland is such a huge
It
place.
is.
And Faith Academy we had this routes mapped around Kenaland that would do, I think it was once a month. And all the students in school, mandatory, would run that race.
Yes.
Do you understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, at the beginning, a lot of people want to like skip it to like sleep and nap and everything. It was a whole thing. But to be honest with you, I used to force myself. It was something I looked forward to. I would go for
Mm-hmm.
every single one. Just that what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And compared to a whole lot of people who would just walk the race. Okay, it wasn't every month. It was every inter-house sport. I think it was every
Mm.
inter-house sport period. So like compared to a whole lot of students that would just walk the entire thing, I would actually run. I knew I wouldn't win because I wasn't on that level,
Yeah.
but I would actually actively run and feel the burn and sweat it out
Mm-hmm.
and everything. So that too was there. What else was unique? I used to play a lot of sports. I wasn't as like the commitment side to like representing my house in competition and stuff. I wasn't there. However, I would follow my roommates to like, well, let's play, five aside or like team sports,
Yeah.
whatever, whether it's football and stuff or basketball. So I was pretty engaged.
You're
I think
pretty
yeah,
active. Yeah.
high school was definitely my
Okay.
peak. I was in it because I went into Faith Academy a fatty or a mini fatty. I came out single, like I came when my mom saw
Stinko.
me. I came out slim. When my mom saw me after, I think my first year, yeah, after a year or first term in Faith Academy. Maybe part of it was with bullying too, because they took my provisions. But like, I lost a whole lot of weight,
Yeah, that happened to
and
me too.
she was like, "Oh my baby." She said she cried. She didn't cry in front of me, but she said she went to her room and she was crying. She was like, "Did
You're
she make a
starving my
mistake by
kid.
sending?" She was like, "Oh my God, what did you do to my kid? Did she make a life mistake?" And my mom is very emotional like that. She was like, she was considering like, coming to school to talk to my teachers and be like, "Oh my God, they're bullying my kid, blah blah blah. He's not eating." But thank God she did it. She didn't
Mm-hmm.
rather, and I'm so embarrassed. But like, yeah, so my fitness peak in terms of mentality and activities was definitely in high school. College, I think I kind of lost a whole lot of momentum because
Yeah.
college, I, it was not books, it was socials. It wasn't
Females.
socials. Fem- I can't.
You said
I
socials.
I
Females. Say it to your
see the way
chest.
you. I hate you. You're not a good friend. I was able to envelope that, nicely, and it
Socials.
just, oh my god, yeah. So that, and you know, if I wasn't doing that, I was in my room chilling.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't like the amount of times I saw my school field on a weekend or on a weekday was very like college
Yeah.
was just different. I wasn't even feeling the field and me in college was just weird. Like we had no
Yeah.
relationship whatsoever. There's just this thing about when I'm actively in work and locked in, my
Yeah.
remaining small time, I don't want to I don't want to start working out and stuff. I just feel like I expand a whole lot of mental energy whenever I'm working. So like
Mm-hmm.
the ginger to work out or stuff like that isn't there. So yeah, that's been my whole fitness
Fitness
journey
journey.
so far.
And
My
now,
goal,
where are you now?
where am I now? I'll say I'm bad again. I'll say
Yeah.
I'm bad. However, in terms of cardio, I do get a good rep in Ed Break just because of how my situation is set up. So I refuse to take the bus,
Mm-hmm.
and my crib to class is actually a good walk. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like
Mm-hmm.
that whole moving.
around
from
helps. Yeah.
yo
I think college too, because my campus was huge. Yeah, I agree with you.
campus
Walking.
is massive,
Yeah.
so I elect to not use the bus or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I take longer routes sometimes, just to get those reps
Mm-hmm.
in and stuff. And sometimes I go on long walks and things like that. So like I still try to keep myself reasonably, you know,
Yeah.
healthy, get that blood flowing and stuff and the heart pumping. But
Yeah.
like, yeah. So, but I definitely have goals and hopefully with this talk, I talk to myself again and get myself back on,
Yes, Lamide,
on the
we
right
gotta
track,
do it.
please.
We gotta do it. Now, same, I think so. I think I talked about this, but my college was my peak when it came to like fitness and just committing and just being disciplined. I lost it after college, just the discipline. Like I would try and work out occasionally, but it was really my first job. I was trying to
Mhm.
navigate like waking up early, da 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 da, all of that, all of that, all of that. But I want to say towards the end of 2020 and last year, that really I got the momentum up again. I want to say now, yeah.
Yes.
And last year, my goal for last year was actually for fitness to be part of my lifestyle. So I didn't have any like physical, like, okay, lose this and this and this pounds or become this and this muscular. Or it was more so, hey, Lade, you fluctuated a bit with this fitness thing. I want you to get to a point where this is a lifestyle. Like this is not just because I saw, especially with my mom and like other people, fitness was not because they were doing it for like an end goal, right? It wasn't like I'm working out or eating healthy to lose weight, or I'm working out or eating healthy to become muscular, to train for something. It was more so the way I wake up every day and I eat is the same way every week I need to get in my movement and my activities in because that's a part of my lifestyle. So that was my goal last year. And I genuinely feel uh, having such a good goal like that for me specifically, like not focused on any one specific target, but just incorporating it into my life was so helpful because I now for me, like you even hear this, like even when I have bad weeks, like yes, I might not work out as much, but because
Mhm.
my brain is wired to at least get myself moving, I
Right.
do. I'm really trying to be muscular. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to get into like weightlifting and
Fit
stuff.
girl
So
Lola.
I know,
Okay.
I know. It's like let December come. Let's see if I can show my packs.
What would you say like you learned throughout your fitness journey? Like just highlight some
Yeah,
things that
yeah.
you've learned and you've seen over the years and
The
you're like,
years,
yo, this
yeah.
is the reality and yeah,
Hmm.
tell me.
I think the first thing is you have to get into fitness and health for the right reasons.
Mm,
Um,
preach.
in the culture that we live in,
Hmm.
everyone is so focused on a specific physique and all of that. And we've spoken about that slightly. And there's nothing wrong with having a great body. I want to have a great body. I think aspiring to have a great body is amazing. But it should be because you want it and it should be for something deeper rather than just like a great body for, I don't know, a guy, or a great body because your parents or your family members are yelling at you. Like it should be for the right reasons. And I think that starts from within, like from you. Like you have to come to that yourself. Um, the other thing is that you have to, it's a journey. Fitness is a journey. What do they say? It's a marathon, not a race. In my opinion, I think that's how fitness is. I do know that a lot of times we want like quick results. I've been there where it's like, oh shoot, I have a wedding coming up. I want to lose. That happens, and that's okay, right? But you can't. It's not sustainable to always have those like short term quick done, and then once the goal is met, you lose yourself again. Like you really, if you want fitness to be embedded into your lifestyle, like you really have to incorporate it in the way that works best with your life and seamlessly, and just go on the journey. If it's starting small, 10-minute walks or 10-minute this before you start ramping it up, but knowing that like it's going to take you a while to get to your targets or to get to like where you want to, and for it to feel natural. The other thing, I have so many lessons because like I've learned this so much. This one it's hard because again, sometimes like we get disappointed in ourselves when we fall off track, but fitness is in phases. Like just how I said, it's a journey. There's sometimes where you're going to be stopped by a stoplight, and there's sometimes where you're just going to be speeding along, right? And so you just have to be aware of those phases. And I remember the one that was hard for me was after college when I lost my fitness momentum, and I was always trying to like get back to where I was in college, and I was trying to replicate the same routine that I haven't had in college, but it was so
Could you
unattainable.
achieve that?
No,
Yeah,
I
I'm like,
couldn't because in college I had three classes a day, one by 9 a.m., one by 12, one by 4, versus when I
mhm,
was going to work, I'm literally working 9 to 5. Like
mhm.
it was different. And, I'm mentally stimulating myself for 8 hours as compared to just 50 minutes, you know, 3 hours in a day. So I didn't realize that, but at the time, I couldn't let go. There was just something about Lola. You were on your grind in college. Like, how did you spend 5 years of college being like great? Like you were doing this, doing this, doing this, and then in my head, it didn't make sense why I couldn't reach that again. But I had to realize like it was a new phase, it was a new chapter. I wasn't going to be able to do things the way I did things in college, and I just had to evolve my workout routine, my eating habits to what fits my you know status as a working adult and all of that. And I know that has changed because even work from home has changed that slightly. Now that I'm going into the office more, it's going to change slightly. So it's just understanding that it's a journey and it's going to change and it comes in phases, and you just have to evolve slightly. And those little tweaks, it's like you can't just trust me, Lamde. I was that person that I thought Saturday, sorry, yeah, Saturday to Sunday, there's just a big switch. Like, okay, Saturday, I never used to work out before for like, I
Mhm.
hadn't worked out for like 5 months. But on Sunday, I'm going to be working out every single day for 50 minutes a day. I'm going to not eat like, after 7 p.m., I'm going to drink what is it, 7 liters, 2 liters of water. Like in my head, I was thinking I could just cold turkey. And I know for some people it works. And for me, I'm not gonna lie, because I do have certain type of discipline, it will work for a short period of time, but it wasn't sustainable. Like I wasn't enjoying it. And versus when I actually gave myself a whole year and a half to be
Mhm.
like, Lola, don't try and go towards a short-term goal of like, okay, in 3 weeks I want to like be back on track. No, 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 no. Give yourself time
Mm,
to incorporate this fitness thing into your lifestyle.
mm, mm.
Define it in different phases, and I think that really helps me. But it takes a while and it messes with you mentally, I'm not gonna lie, because especially if you've had that peak and you want to replicate it
Right.
really really messes with you. But realize that it's gonna happen in phases, and you really have to give yourself that patience. The other thing is that you have to be very. I know. I just said, and this might be contradicting, but they actually work together. But I know I just said it happens in phases. Give yourself time. Give yourself patience. But you also have to be intentional, and you also have to have a great level of discipline, because it's one thing to like slip and be like, oh fuck this shit, I'm done. Yeah, and not even try and like get yourself back. Those are two separate things. Like giving yourself the patience is, if you fall off, that's fine, be gentle with yourself, but get back on track, right? It's like, it's okay, you've learned from this fall, you're gonna do better next time, as compared to like you fall and you're like, okay, you know what, to hell with this, I didn't work out this day, and I said I was going to work out every single day, so I'm not even going to work out again, to hell with this. Yeah, so you really have to be intentional and you have to be disciplined. And I think that discipline is not like military discipline, like it's this or that. It's more so realizing that it's going to be a process. However, if you keep advancing yourself little by little, you would get there, rather than like if you slip up, that's it. Yeah, like you
Mm,
have to have that discipline to get back up from that slip up. So
mhm,
that discipline is very key. Consistency, even self-control, like let's be real,
mhm.
sometimes self-control can just go out the window. And when I mean self-control, it's just like losing yourself. And that happens, and it's normal to lose yourself. Like it's human nature. Like there's so much varying factors. You're having things going on at home, school is not going great, work, like there's so many things that can cause that. But if you always have that thing that's able to catch yourself, that is so important. Like control yourself when you find yourself crossing those limits, when you're realizing like, okay, every night I'm eating pizza. Like check yourself for a little bit. Okay, let's slow it down. Maybe cold turkey is not going to work for you, but maybe you want to do 2 nights a week of pizza instead of 7 nights a week. Like things like that. You do have to have that self control. I know sometimes we as individuals, we like to think like, oh, uh, I want to have it all. You know, I only live once. You only da 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 da. But yes, you only live once, and you should splurge in the good things of life. But every too much of something can become a bad thing, right? Even too much
Mhm.
of overeating healthy and like working out every single day can be very bad for you too. So just having that control and balance is very, very, very important. Um, it's very obvious that I've learned so much from my fitness journey, and I'm learning as I go. But these are really the things that have helped me. And I want to say last year was when I put these pieces together. Like
Mm.
when I was in college, I knew, okay, um, self control is key, discipline is key, but I didn't really understand the idea of like it's a journey. When I was, when I fell off, I knew, oh shoot, I needed to have self control, but I didn't know that I needed to have that patience with myself, and like
Mhm.
I needed to push myself more and more and like set boundaries. I just thought, oh, I didn't meet this short term deadline, so how am I going to meet this long term deadline? So I put those pieces together last year, and that really, really, really helped me. And ultimately, enjoy it. Like enjoy the process. Working out,
Yeah.
fitness, it's supposed to be fun. Like eating is supposed to be fun. Like don't cut out. You can eat fried foods. Eat those plantains. Like I eat fried plantains and salad. I think I've sent you a picture before.
Yes.
It's good, man. It's like balance in this life. You gotta have balance. Like enjoy it. You're supposed to have fun with it. Sometimes I would when I'm craving ice cream. I don't have ice cream in the house, but I really, really want ice cream. I mix certain things together and I'm getting my sugar rush. Like, enjoy the process. Don't, it doesn't have to be that military mentality of like this or die. It's
Mhm.
really a journey. And that's one thing that I realized again last year. It's like you can have it all, but you also cannot always have it all, if that makes sense. Like you can have it all, but you cannot always have it all. Meaning you can eat all that you want to eat, but you cannot
Mhm.
always eat all that you want to eat at like every single time. And
Mm.
you get, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna shut up now, but that's what I've
Yeah.
learned.
It was obvious that you're passionate about it, and I love that. To be honest,
Yeah.
you've said everything, and I think the only thing I would just want to say for me, what I've learned is
Hmm.
it starts with you, and it starts in the mind, right?
Yep. Yes.
Fitness, like
Lamide. Yes. 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 Fitness starts in the mind. Yes. If
it
your brain
starts
is
with
saying
you, and
no,
it starts in the mind,
your
exactly.
body's not doing
Because
shit.
that's just it. So you have to train your
Yep.
mind to want it,
Mhm.
understand the benefits of it, and then the discipline to
Mhm.
follow through. So that's all I can say, to be
Yeah,
honest. But
absolutely.
it definitely does that. I mean, I've learned that the hard way, and I've seen stories that people have shared, and it's just obvious that fitness starts in the
It
mind. Like
does.
you have to train your mind to
Yep.
be on that wavelength as your body, or as the goal you have for your body. So,
Yeah. And
I
everyone
mean,
has different motivations, and that's okay, but find
yep,
what really works for you. Like,
yep.
yeah, yeah, I agree. I
I
agree.
think with that, we've come to
Yes.
the end
I've loved this episode so
of this
much.
conversation. I really had fun. I really had fun. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. This is the Adult Puzzle Podcast. Please like, share, give us a follow on all digital streaming platforms or wherever you listen to it. And also follow our socials, Adult Puzzle Pod. Um, Please rate. I don't know, this constant begging.
Rate us,
5 stars too
please.
when you rate. The
Please,
amount of work we
guys.
put in, the level of content, the conversation, the diversity, the variety.
Guys,
Like
we actually
what
put in
else?
work. We
What
do.
else? Just tell us you love us by giving us 5 stars. And this is
Yeah.
just the first step. Like we
Yeah.
have a whole lot of stuff planned for you guys.
Yeah.
And
Please.
if only you knew, so like support
Yeah.
us. And yeah, please please share with your coworkers, family members, friends, enemies, like just spread the word. AP is here to stay. Thank you guys so much for listening once again, and we'll come your way same time, same place next week. It's
Next
bye bye.
week. Bye, guys. Bye, Lamide.
Bye, Lola.